As we prepare to begin our ceremony today, we ask your assistance in assuring that the family member or friend you are here to see gets the recognition that they have earned. The graduate procession will begin in a few moments. We ask that you please stand as the graduates, faculty, and platform party enter the venue. You will be able to see the entire procession on the screens to my left and right. Any guests not already at their seats at that time will be asked to remain where they are until the procession has concluded. At that time, guests will be allowed to find their seats. We request that guests remain in their seats during the procession. A video recording will be available on our YouTube channel for you to share with family and friends. Also, professional photographers are capturing still shots of your loved ones as they make their way into the venue and across the stage. During the ceremony, all of our graduates look forward to hearing their name called as they cross the stage, so we ask that you please limit your celebrations and hold your applause until the end. Then our provost will invite you to join him in offering your heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates. On a related note, although we believe that all of our graduates are important, honor graduates who are receiving bachelor's degrees are recognized with a Latin phrase given after the reading of their name. Those who graduate cum laude, which means with honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.5 and 3.7. Those who graduate magna cum laude, which means with great honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.7 and 3.9. And those who graduate summa cum laude, or with highest honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.9 and 4.0. As a final sound-related request, we ask that you now check to see that you have silenced your cell phone. Last, we request that when the ceremony ends, you exit the building promptly and proceed outside to continue the celebration with your guests. In the unlikely event of an emergency or evacuation during today's ceremony, we will ask you to move calmly to the designated exits as we then work to communicate further instructions. So, with all of those preliminaries out of the way, we invite you to enjoy the fall commencement ceremony for Middle Georgia State University.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for the processional of our graduates and faculty?
Good morning, everybody. Please be seated. My name is Dr. David Jenks, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs here at Middle Georgia State University. It is an honor to welcome you to campus. Today, President Blake and I join with the MGA faculty and staff, along with parents, relatives, friends, guests, and dignitaries to celebrate our fall 2025 graduating class. We extend our appreciation to all who have been involved in planning and preparing for today's ceremony. Their efforts have made this a day to remember. On this truly special day, we celebrate the achievements of our graduates. To acknowledge the accomplishments of all graduating students, over 850 this fall, we host 3 commencement ceremonies on campus today, with 2 more taking place tomorrow. These smaller ceremonies provide a personalized experience, ensuring that graduates can celebrate in a way that is both meaningful and memorable. As we gather in celebration, it is also important to acknowledge the challenges and losses we may have faced this year. I ask that we take a moment to pause and remember those who are not with us here today. Please direct your attention to the stage, where you will see an empty chair draped in a black cloth. This chair represents the absence of our beloved students, staff members, and faculty members who have passed away over the last year. May their legacy inspire us to continue to make a positive impact in the world and to cherish every moment with those that we love. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor their memory. Thank you. Today, we celebrate commencement, a new beginning. For graduates, that may mean moving away from an area of comfort, leaving the spaces of learning, and possibly parting ways with close friends. This commencement ceremony marks the beginning of a new pattern of life, a new schedule, and a new set of responsibilities. However, before that, let us all enjoy today's event and celebrate what has been accomplished. Let's take a moment to recognize just how far all of our graduation candidates have come, while so much in life has changed over the course of their studies. Graduates, if you're the first in your family to graduate from college, please stand and remain standing. If you were a parent while being a student, please stand and remain standing. If you're a student athlete while you were here at MGA, please stand and remain standing. If you are or have been a first responder while being a student, please stand and remain standing. If you are active duty, an armed forces veteran, or in a military family, please stand and remain standing. If you have or had a full-time or part-time job while taking courses, please stand and remain standing. If you're proud of all the work you've done and are ready to receive your diploma, please stand and remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, the fall 2025 class of Middle Georgia State University. Candidates, you've received a great deal of help getting to this point. This support has come from many people in your life, including your family, your friends, possibly donors of a scholarship, and members of the Middle Georgia State University community. Let's take time to appreciate those who helped you get here today. Faculty members, please stand and remain standing. The faculty at Middle Georgia State University is certified that all candidates have completed the requirements for their respective degrees. Their continuous support and dedication to higher education enable us all to be here today. Join me in thanking them with a round of applause. Several others likely helped you on your journey. Parents, please stand and remain standing. Grandparents, please stand and remain standing. Spouses and children, please stand and remain standing. Siblings, extended family, partners, and friends, please stand and remain standing. Candidates, take a moment, look around, find your people, think about those who couldn't be here today. Join me in another round of applause to honor those who helped you attain your goal of becoming a university graduate. And now, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Omar Shuri Houston, an MGA alumnus who graduated with a BA in music in 2024. Omar.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Omar Shuri. Please be seated, everyone. Thank you. As you reflect on your educational journey here at Middle Georgia State University, it's important to recognize the significant impact that our donors have had on your experience. Please welcome to the podium Nancy White, the Executive Director of the Foundation and Vice President for Advancement, who will give greetings on behalf of the Alumni Association.
Greetings from the MGA Foundation. Today, each of you walking across this stage represents the very reason that our foundation exists. You are our why. Since our founding in 1969, our foundation has worked tirelessly to support students like you. Through private fundraising, we invest in scholarships, academic support, student engagement, and success initiatives. Your achievements today are our greatest reward, and we're immensely proud of you. As you take your diploma in hand and shake President Blake's hand, you will also receive another symbol of your accomplishment, a lapel pin signifying your official entry into the MGA Alumni Association. With this pin, you join a dynamic network of over 48,000 students and alumni around the globe. This community is not just a symbol of where you've been, it's also a powerful resource for where you're going. Stay connected, be engaged. Your continued involvement will strengthen MGA for future generations while expanding your own professional networks and aspirations. To the proud parents, grandparents, family members, friends, and donors here today, thank you. Your support, sacrifices, and love have helped these graduates reach this extraordinary milestone. Graduates, as you move forward, never forget whose shoulders you stand on. And as you begin this next chapter, ask yourself, what kind of shoulders will I provide for those who come after me? You're a legacy in the making. I want to leave you with the words of a very generous donor who once addressed a group of scholarship recipients and students receiving emergency assistance through our foundation. Quote, "This award came to you not only because of your need, but because of your dedication and perseverance. The funds you received did not come from a faceless organization. They came from individuals who were once where you are now and who were helped by someone else. We believe in you, and we know you will stay the course. When the time comes, we hope each of you will reach back and help someone just like yourself, just as others helped you. So congratulations, graduates. The world awaits your brilliance, and the MGA Foundation will always be cheering you on. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. At fall commencement, the student speaker is not a member of the graduating class, but rather the president of the Student Government Association, bringing greetings on behalf of the students who will follow in our graduates' footsteps. Cashin Barr, an Army child, serves as the Student Government Association president at Middle Georgia State University. He is majoring in aviation science and management with a concentration in flight. Since his election in May 2025, Barr has actively worked to strengthen the student voice by increasing the responsibilities of the SGA, enhancing collaboration between student leaders, faculty, and staff, and hosting town halls and student-focused initiatives across MGA's 5 campuses. His vision is centered on sustainable progress, empowering student leaders, and creating a lasting imprint of student success. Barr's leadership journey began with his service in the United States Army Reserves. During his time at MGA, he has embraced several leadership roles, including community assistant, OBAP president, and Phi Beta Sigma chapter president, gaining valuable insight into student life, advocacy, and the power of organization. He credits his success to the unwavering support of his family, friends, and mentors who have continued to encourage and uplift him throughout his journey. As SGA president, Barr is committed to leaving a legacy of structured leadership, systemic growth, and enduring improvements for the MGA community. It is my pleasure to introduce to you today our Student Government Association president, Cashin Barr.
To all the graduates of 2025, thank you. Thank you for your dedication in the classroom. Thank you for your dedication to yourself. Thank you for showing up. As you all transition to the next phase of your life, it is important and imperative to remember what you have learned at this institution. Finding greatness is a lifelong achievement, and you have made your first step as an alum of Middle Georgia State University. You now possess the light of education that many of you came here to seek. Go out and be the light in the world and allow everyone you touch to be inspired. As your current SGA president, it is my hope that the institution has filled you with happiness, sadness, curiosity, and achievement. Happiness shows fond memories made and opportunities for growth. We come to college to learn about ourselves, the world around us, and others. With knowledge comes a token and a burden for the gift of knowledge, but a burden of responsibility for information. What we do with it is up to us. Sadness reveals the lessons learned and the journey that has taken place. Unsatisfactory results create memories of past experiences and ensured corrective action. Even at our lowest points, we still ascend higher. Curiosity shows the will to learn, and in this environment, you've become creative. You know what it is like to create fun out of thin air. You all sit here as fall 2025 graduates and have the tools to reasonably research topics, and your thirst of information should not be sourced in a degree, but sourced in the answer. Look as deep as it takes to find your answer. As professionals, we shall not give up on our field. Love for the game, education, and the impact is enough to stay focused. Achievement is what we are here today to recognize. Adversity at this point, I'm sure, feels much like a second cousin, always around. If no one has told you, I will be proud of you. Proud of the seat that you sit in, proud of the education that you have earned, and proud of the impact that I'm sure that you'll make. Just remember to reach back. The goal of Alumni is to pour into the rising future. It took a village for you to get here, and upon your success, you owe it to those behind you to give something. Whether it be monetary, informational, or physical presence, be what you want and then some. I'm proud of you all. As the last class of 2025, I say to you, there is nothing that can stop you. Remember the hard times and realize that at this point, they're just a memory now. You will get to where you need to be and trust in yourself and your network of others. And MGA or no way, Knights lead the way. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Cash. Good morning. My name is Chris Blake, and I have the honor of serving as president of Middle Georgia State University. And it is my pleasure to introduce our fall 2025 commencement speaker. Mr. Delvecchio Finley is Georgia Market President for Atrium Health, providing leadership and strategic direction for Atrium Health Navicent and Atrium Health Floyd. Atrium Health is part of Advocate Health, the third largest nonprofit integrated health system in the United States. A Georgia native, Mr. Finley received his Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from Emory University in Atlanta before obtaining a Master's of Public Policy from the Sanford Institute for Public Policy at Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. Through hard work and a solid educational foundation, Finley quickly established himself within the healthcare industry, becoming a first-time CEO in his mid-30s. He's not much more than that now, actually, when you look at it. Finley's more than 20 years of healthcare leadership experience includes serving as the CEO of Alameda Health System, the CEO of LA County Harbor, UCLA Medical Center, and interim CEO for Laguna Honda Hospital and Rehabilitation Center. He also serves on several organizational boards, including the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, the Georgia Research Alliance, and Georgia's recently formed Comprehensive Health Coverage Commission, which is tasked with assessing access and quality of health care for Georgia's low-income and uninsured populations. So it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Delvecchio Finley. Delvecchio.
Thank you, President Blake, Dr. Underwood, distinguished administrators, faculty, family, friends, and most especially important today, the graduating class, the fall graduating class of 2005 of Middle Georgia State University. Thank you so much. It is an extreme privilege and honor to be with you today. Dr. Underwood gave me 3 directions when she gave me this invitation. She said, it's simple. I want 3 B's. Be brief, be inspirational, and then be quiet, right? Because it's not about you. So sit your butt down, all right? I told President Blake I had the real privilege recently of taking a trip to Africa, to Kenya. I did a first safari, and I spent my time really just admiring the gifts and the beauty of nature, and then I thought to myself, oh crap, I have this thing coming up. I have to speak to these students, so I got to think about something. What do you want to say to them? And so I had this moment and this direction in my head, and it made me think about a brief poem and admonition that I used to hear when I was in high school. It was a popular poem by my high school namesake, Benjamin A. Mays in Atlanta, and it went like this. It says, I have only but a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just one tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. Actually, I got about 6-7 minutes with you. I tried. I got a 12-year-old daughter. She'd be really embarrassed right now, but it's not about me. So in those brief moments, I have 4 pieces of guidance that I'd like to share with you to add to the wisdom that you've collected to help you on your journey moving forward. The first is I encourage you to connect and reconnect, I'll say, to your purpose. To really, as you go forward in your life, and some of you, I think I might see an orientation next week or walk in the halls of one of our facilities, clinics, or serving our community through Atrium Health Navicent, which I'm really excited about, and have always been proud of you all for doing that. We have one of our brightest leaders, our chief nursing officer, chief nursing executive, who's a fellow Middle Georgia State alum. So looking forward to seeing all of you. But we do in our organization something called Connect to Purpose, and these stories that we tell that remind us of our why. right? Why are we doing what we do? Why have we been chosen, selected, privileged, and given the honor of doing what we do? And we believe the purpose is that continuous source of fuel that you need to get you through the day. You know, sometimes life is going to be wonderful. You're flying on all cylinders, and there are going to be those moments that remind you of how wonderful those times were. And that's when you really need to charge. You need to really connect to, why am I here today? What am I supposed to be doing? Why do I have the honor of taking in breath on this earth? How am I making this place a better place? So practice multisensory perception. You know about your five senses. You've been doing it since you were a kid. But use that other sense that all of us talk about that maybe science hasn't fully understood yet, even in the depths of realms like psychology and otherwise. But it's those things we talk about, that heart, you know, that intuition, that nerve, that sense of there's something else beyond what I'm seeing here that will inform what I'm seeing and what I'm doing here. So connect to your purpose. That's really important. The second is remember that you're never alone in this journey. And if you need a reminder right now, just turn around. Look to your left, look to your right, behind you. All these people that we just acknowledged, your mother, your cousin, your baby cousin, your sister, everybody else who's been with you every single day and told you, you know what? It's probably hard. Some of you are first-time graduates like I am, but you got this. You're built for it, right? This is what you need. And you're going to need that in your professional walk, in your personal walk as you move forward. You're going to need to know that you're not alone. There are going to be those moments, quiet moments, where you're thinking, am I really sure I got this? Whether you're going on to graduate school, whether you're going into the workforce, whether you're doing both of those. You're going to start a family if you haven't already. All those things will question your nerves, your capacity, your ability to just get up and get out of bed every day. But remember, you are never alone. And if you ever forget, technology is so amazing now, you just get an AI bot, right? And just call it in the morning and be like, tell me how wonderful I am. Those things work. Let me tell you, sometimes you just need one, so you can even name yours. You can give it a voice. Mine is like a 25-year-old brother. He talks to me. I'm like, yo, how do you know me, right? But you just talk to that bot. You talk to your family. You call your folks who love you. They will remind you. When you're in those quiet moments when you think, I can't handle this, remember somebody's standing right next to you. Somebody's standing right beside you. And it's the same people who've gotten you this far who will continue to get you farther. All right? Next one, and this is really important too. Practice, I'm going to call it unapologetic self-love. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself, as folks say, right? Find time to say, you know what, I'm just going to give myself a nice little dinner. If you're into the spa thing, do that. Take a trip. You know, just enjoy life. Enjoy what I call the reverence of life, because reverence of life, it means not only that you have love for others, and a lot of you, because of what you've chosen to do, are going to be spending your time serving and helping others. And that is really, really noble, but it takes understanding that you love yourself and really having true reverence for life. And that means you can't be apologetic about when you take time to charge, when you take time to remind yourself of what a wonderful job you've done, using all of your talents, doing all the studying, doing all the preparing and the training to get to where you are so that you can be of service to the world, right? And so you can continue to be of service to the world. So don't let that fuel run out because you're giving it out. Take time to recharge, to replenish, because that's what we all need from all of you. And then finally, I'm going to tell you this one. And this is really important. And actually, Nancy mentioned it as she was talking about the Alumni Association. Lift as you climb. Some of you are going to think, you know, I don't have a lot to offer now. I'm going to wait till I'm a big-time donor. I'm going to wait to do something that's really, really monumental. No, you can do that right now, right? You can do whatever you can, when you can, and you'll be able to continue to build so you can do even more. I have two things I want to say that reinforce this. One is a quote that I like from Vernon Jordan. So you heard President Blake talk about my background, educational and professional, and I'm immensely proud and grateful for those opportunities. What you didn't hear him say was, I was raised by a single mom in public housing. My mom had a drug addiction. I ended up being raised by my aunt for most of my childhood. I dealt with a lot of challenges in life, and I don't share that but for any other reason but to tell you that you might have had those challenges. You may have had different challenges, but you're surmounting those challenges. And as you're surmounting those challenges, you're going to face new challenges, and you're going to feel like that's too much. But where you're sitting today, you're an inspiration to somebody else who may be going through it right now, right? And then tomorrow, you'll be an inspiration to a person who wants to get to where you are. So always remember that you have something to offer and you can lift as you climb. So Vernon Jordan has this quote that he said recently, or a while back, and he said, wherever you are today, you're there because you stand on the shoulders of others. And no matter where you want to go, you cannot get there alone. He said, because we stand on the shoulders of others, we have the reciprocal responsibility to live our lives in such a way that others can stand on our shoulders. He called that the quid pro quo of life. And he ended by saying, we live or we exist temporarily by what we take, but we live forever by what we give. Right, so think about that. Think about you've taken, in many respects, many people have given graciously because they see the capacity, the potential in you, and we need you for the future. You have the ability right now, and increasingly so as you move forward, to do the same thing for others. And so with that, I'll end with one of these other poems that I absolutely love, and it's in the spirit of this. It's called The Bridge Builder. It says, an old man going a lone highway came in the evening, cold and gray, to a chasm, vast and wide and steep, with waters rolling cold and deep. The old man crossed into twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fears for him, but he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow prickle near, you're wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end at the ending day. Your feet will never again pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build you this bridge at even tide? The builder lifted his old gray head. He said, good friend, in the path I have come, he said, there followeth after me this day a fair-haired youth whose feet must pass this way. The chasm that was as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too might cross at the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on all the great work you've done, the success you've had thus far, and an early congrats to the success you'll have in the future. And for those of you who are coming to Atrium Health and Navicent, I'll see you Monday. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Del Vecchio. In gratitude for your time and thoughtful words for us today, an honorarium has been given to Middle Georgia State University Foundation in your name. Nancy White, Vice President of University Advancement and Executive Director of the Middle Georgia State University Foundation, as a small token of our appreciation for your time today. I appreciate that you did it in 6 to 7 minutes, and I would say you really had 4 points that made one. Those were some good points. Remember to keep those in mind. On behalf of the Middle Georgia State University faculty, it is my honor to congratulate the fall 2025 graduates on this special occasion. Commencement is a time to recognize your academic accomplishments, so we join with your family and friends in celebrating your success. Graduates, this is one of my favorite times of all the ceremonies. Are you, anybody ready to walk across the stage? As we call the names of the degree candidates, graduate students will be called first. These graduate students will be hooded. Hooding is the first of 2 important academic rituals that take place during today's commencement ceremonies. It is reserved for graduate students and will be performed by the School of Health and Natural Sciences Dean, Dr. Tara Underwood, who will place the hood over each candidate's head. This action symbolizes the passing of knowledge from the academic community to the graduate and signifies the graduate's inclusion into that community. Now, this is important stuff. Last assignment. Graduates, when you walk across the stage, you'll see a square up here. There'll be a dean standing here, a dean here, a provost, and a president over here. The important thing is to stop in the square, face the audience, hand your hood to the dean on the top tier. They will actually place the hood over your head, shake hands, and then stop with the president. You have to take a picture with the president. It is literally the last assignment. Do not fail this test. He will track you down. It is important that we get that photo over there. So, hood, shake, picture. For undergraduates, shake, picture. No hood. Everybody good? Understood. All right. And now, assisting with the presentation of degree candidates, our President Blake, our academic deans, Dean Underwood and Dean Balding, our registrar, Miss Angie O'Neill, and our commencement caller, Dr. Jennifer Brannon.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Brannon, Vice President for Student Affairs, and it is my pleasure to call forth each of the graduates participating in today's ceremony. Candidates for graduate degrees in the School of Health and Natural Sciences, please come forward by row when directed to receive congratulations from Dean Underwood, Dean Balding, Provost Jenks, and President Blake. Janice K. Adams, Master of Science in Occupational Therapy. Aaron Bracewell. Caitlin Buchanan. Brandy Alexander Clements. Mary Eleonora Cummings. Avery Faust. Bailey Shea Massey. Jessica Allie McCullers. Caitlin Miller. Ariel Ann Nanunker. Brittany Spear. Madison Rebecca Weeks. Kevin West. Stephanie Williams. Next, the candidates for undergraduate degrees in the School of Health and Natural Sciences will receive congratulations from Dean Underwood, Provost Jenks, and President Blake. The Department of Nursing, bachelor's degrees. School of Health and Natural Sciences, I gave you the wrong thing, for biology degrees. The Department of Biology, bachelor's degrees. Harley B. Corner, summa cum laude, President's List scholar. Blair Mackenzie Dent. Marissa C. Hall. Hannah C. Herman, cum laude, Dean's List scholar. Linda L. Ho. Nathaniel J. Hornig, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. Jalea L. Hurley. Alana N. Jones, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. Gavin McKay Osborne, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. Joanna W. Pace. Deandra Alina Nadine Wright. Maggie A. Young, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. For the bachelor's degree in nursing, we have Alejandro Saran Avila. Mary Elizabeth Ballard. My son, Carter Brannon. Thank the Laude. Kristen Bussell, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Allison Nadoris Flowers. Allison Nadoris Flowers. Christian Allen Gutierrez. Summer M. Handlos. Regina Amir Harrell. Hannah G. Hollis. Caitlin Nicole Hooks. Alua Correde M. Elisane. Abigail Marie Ivy, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. Alan Cade Jones. Carissa Grace Judge, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar. William Wright Maley. Deidre Macelis. Trinity N. Martinez. Amber Josette Mitchum. David Ayodele Olawale, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Bridget Ordonez Lopez. Choma Orusa. Elizabeth Choma LaRusa, President's List Scholar. Annie M. Randolph, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar. Adrian L. Scott. Garrett Stone. Kelsey Ray Stowe. Allison D. Terrell. Candace C. Uwazi. Allison Westbury, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar. Ivana Baggett Youngklaus. Yulisha Aboy, Respiratory Therapy. Is it Siobhan? Okay. Sarah Siobhan Baxter. Shankita Johnson. Akila Daishel Marshall, Dean's List Scholar. Roderick Barnes. Nadia Bond. Kennedy Alyssa Griffin. Jason Rashad Hodges. I don't trust that. Karia Faith Bass. Ajayla Charrier Beal. Victoria Ashley Whitehead, Dean's List Scholar. For the Associate of Nursing, Vanan Kwan Nguyen, Dean's List Scholar. Amaya Fortunate Bennett. Hannah Renee Burgess. Michael Keith Coates. Brittany Paige Williams. Gregory Copeland Jr. Bunny Monroe Cordova, President's List Scholar. Jada Aaliyah Darasaw. Jalea Denard. Summer Nicole Doherty. Kennedy Elise Downing. Luis Andres Gonzalez. Lakira Gordon. Betsy Hill. Sydney Janae Holston. Siani Jackson. Carly Shea Yawn. Alexis Leah Morgan. Denia Neal. Among Adisa A. Nawel. Adarankir Oderinde. Logan G. Owens. Nina Faith Park. Chelsea Pittman Bell. Michaela Red. Kayla L. Singletary. Cinderella Sampson. Sky Aaliyah Danielle Solomon. Khadijah Tabor. Megan Ubiera. Whitney Cherie Underwood. Cadence Marie Vaughn. Shaitiana Nashay Williams. Mia Wingett. Jasmine Sierra Zaja.
President Blake, on behalf of the faculty, I proudly present these candidates who have now satisfied all requirements for graduation and ask that you confer upon them their respective degrees. President Blake.
So in these few lines that I now say, you will undergo a big transition in your career and your life and your relationship at Middle Georgia State. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree or certificate you have so diligently pursued with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations, the class of 2025. All right, graduates, in celebrating that transition, we have a little tradition here at Middle Georgia. It's called the turning of the tassel. Now, your tassel, mine is already sewn, I can't move it, but what I would like you to do, whether or not you're a graduate student or an undergraduate a few moments ago, put it on the other side, because what we're going to do in this tradition is welcome back our alumni. They are going to come in front of the first row, and then I'll explain what's going to happen. But for now, let's welcome back our alumni. And then our new graduates, making sure your tassel is on the right side of your cap. Would you now all please stand up? And then you're probably looking eye to eye with an alumni. Say hello to them. Introduce yourselves. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to count down, and the alumni are going to turn the tassel of the first row and put it on the left. Then the first row is going to turn around and do it to the second row, and so on and so on. You just got degrees. You can figure this out. Okay? So let's count this down. 3, 2, 1. Alumni, please stop. Turn around. There we go. And there we have the graduating class of 2025. Congratulations. Please be seated. Okay, now since I'm the president, I get the final lecture. It's very short, don't worry. Our faculty and our staff have sought the best in you. And so has everyone in this room. And we have acknowledged that it's a community that does this. We excel when we work together. And you are now joining a new community of Middle Georgia, our alumni. You received from Amy the pin as you came down the stage. So the request is simple. The final lecture is simple. You have earned this degree, and you have learned, and you have grown in your knowledge and in your qualifications and credentials. But it's essential you live your careers and lives to the best of your ability to share that with other people for the benefit of the common good. As individuals, it is our responsibility to build a better future, and your degree is granted to you to empower you to help all of us build the common good. Throughout this ceremony, we've celebrated a big transition, and the song that you're about to hear, our alma mater, when we became a state university, we rewrote our alma mater, and it speaks well to what in this state your degree can now do and the relationship that we hope you will have for the rest of your lives with this university. The alma mater is brought to you by the MGA Chamber Singers under the direction of Dr. Rebecca Lanning. Please stand for our alma mater.
Through the rolling hills of Georgia, in the heart of the great shaping lives, the quest is ours to take. With boundless possibilities and the lessons of the past, we sons and daughters of MGA, our friendships ever last. We knights of truth and honor, with knowledge as our sword, we raise our voices loud and clear, our hearts at MGA.
Please remain standing. We now are coming to the conclusion of the ceremony. I ask our guests and visitors and family, please allow our graduates to leave the hall before you come out. And with that, and on this happy day, I wish you a wonderful blessings of the season and a very special day of joy and celebration and congratulations. I hereby declare that these commencement exercises are now concluded. Go Knights!